The Skyblock healing update is finally out, meaning every piece of combat content in the game has been affected. And today, after months of waiting, we will finally dive deep into combat content on our profile. Today we'll tackle the first few Slayers to not only unlock Auto Slayer, but to see if Slayer content is even possible early game, now that Vitality is a stat which gets consumed like mana? Yeah, these changes are insane. So let's waste no time and get right into it. Hope you enjoy. Well, guess I was wrong, as the healing revamp is actually out. The update is completely out right now, the literal Wednesday after it was on alpha, which is amazing. This is the update I've been waiting the longest for on this new profile here, and I'm really excited, so let's go ahead and just get right into it. So, first and foremost, what is this update? It is an update that redoes the Vitality stat. And you can see I have a little Vitality bar right here from a mod that's going to show our Vitality. Hopefully it works. No idea if it works or not. But yeah, essentially how this works is Vitality is now a stat similar to mana-like intelligence. And you consume Vitality to use healing items to heal you, which I think is really, really, really interesting. And they've gone ahead and adjusted a lot of the damage stats of mobs and stuff to focus more on trying to make your health actually feel like a resource rather than just getting one shot randomly and, you know, getting walled out of content based on whether or not you get one shot or fully heal yourself in one tick. So I think this is going to be really awesome and excited to do some combat today. So I think let's just go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on my strong dragon armor here. I think we're going to want to upgrade this later today, but we just need to get a baseline of kind of where we're at with combat so we know what to upgrade and what to go for next. I think my grand goal here for at least the foreseeable future is to try and get the Juju shortbow from Enderman Slayer, because that's a really, really good bow, and I think it's going to be a great intro weapon to start dungeons with. So I don't plan to do dungeons until I get the shortbow. We'll see how that kind of pans out, whether that's realistic or not to do now. But yeah, I think I have Maddox here over on my Maddox bat phone. We can give him a good old ring. And where did we leave off? Looks like we left off after doing a tier 2 Revenant. So let's go ahead and just see, you know, can we do a tier 3? Oh, looks like my game sound wasn't on for the first minute. That's fine. Luckily, I found that early. So, ooh, this looks new. Wait, this looks really new. I haven't actually gone down into the new crypt caves yet, which is funny enough. I think it's the same thing, just a new entrance. But yeah, let me whip up boss here, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, well, the mini bosses weren't too bad, so that's good. Here's another mini boss, and here's our boss. All right, there's a lot of particles on the screen, but that's fine. And yeah, tier 3 was very easy. It didn't even get through our absorption health. And wow, that start quest text is massive. Alright, well, tier 3 was obviously no trouble for us, so let's go ahead and see how a tier 4 does. And remember, I don't have any healing items at all right now, so we'll see if this thing is easy or if it's gonna one-shot us. We'll find out. Oh yeah, I made some adjustments to how my game looks. You might notice my hotbar is a little bit bigger, chat might look a little bit neater, and my inventory, well, there's cool buttons up here. Hopefully my game just looks better overall and you guys like how it looks. If you want me to change anything else, resize stuff, let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and see here how this boss is. So I'm gonna fight this how I would usually fight this boss, by going back and forth between these two walls to make sure, you know, I'm able to hit the boss mostly without the boss landing that, like, critical strike for you standing still. And, wow! Oh, a Revenant Shard. I thought I got a beheaded horror off of my first boss, which would have been really funny. But yeah. That wasn't too bad. It felt good. I didn't get one shot or anything, and it felt, you know, felt solid. So, that's pretty good. And it looks like, hey, Skyblock level 100. That is awesome. What a great way to start this. But yeah, Revenant Slayer, obviously this wasn't too much of a challenge for us. It is the easiest Slayer in the game. I could try a tier 5, but let's be honest, I'm not going to be able to kill the thing in time because of my low damage. I only do, what, 36 to 45k here. So I'm not even going to bother attempting a tier 4 or a tier 5 Revenant. But let's go ahead and claim our tier 4 prize here, or whatever it is, our tier 4. There we go. And we are Zombie Slayer level 3, which is awesome. I believe Zombie Slayer 3 gives us access to some stuff here, wherever the boss leveling rewards is. There we go. This is what I want. Yeah, we get access to the Wand of Mending and the Crystallized Heart. So let's go ahead and claim that, and I think I should just go ahead and get myself a Wand of Mending. So let's see how much they are on the auction house. There is no way these are 6 mil. Yeah, 400k, that's fine. It's probably cheaper if I made it myself, but who knows if I have the collection to do that or whatever it takes, and I'm lazy and I just want to do this now. So yeah, here it is. The Wand of Mending heals 80 hearts per second for 5 seconds. That seems pretty normal, but you can see that it now costs Vitality instead of mana. And if you look at this, I have 104 Vitality. If I go ahead and right-click this, it'll consume 25 Vitality and start healing me 80 hearts a second for 5 seconds. And is there a cooldown on this? There is no cooldown on this, so you can actually just kind of spam it. There's a 1 second cooldown, but you can effectively spam it and see that my vitality drops. So we want to be, you know, precise and smart with how we consume our vitality to get the most healing we can to make sure we don't die. So yeah, anyway, that was Zombie Slayer. Let's go ahead and go on to Terra, see if we can blast through Terra Slayer just like I did for Zombie Slayer. It actually looks like I've taken out a tier 4 Terra before, which is interesting. So you know what, let's go ahead and see if I can still take one out after these changes. I think this one will actually be a really good test on how this update treats early game combat, because I was able to kill the boss previously, just barely. I think this boss almost took me out at the last second. So I'm curious to see how we're going to do now, and this will pretty much be the deciding factor for whether it's easier or not for us with this current gear right now. So let's go ahead and spawn ourselves a boss, just like that. Hopefully no one damages it here while we're fighting it. That would be a little unfortunate, but yeah, let's just go ahead and see. I'm gonna click as fast as I can. I'm gonna try my best on this boss, and it looks like our damage is relatively low, but that should be okay. Alright, so it looks like we have to shoot the webs here now, so let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully no one helps us out here, but I can't really stop that if someone does. Alright, so there's the first phase done. Let's go ahead and just go back to damaging it. Looks like this lobby's a little bit laggy, but there's not much I can do about that. Is it just me, or did the boss heal a little bit? Alright, let's go ahead and pop our Wand of Mending here. Just once, there we go. And it looks like I'm gonna have to pop it again. So yeah, now that the bats are out, they're gonna start dealing damage to us over time. So we're gonna wanna keep an eye on our health really, really closely and make sure that nothing bad happens. Go ahead and heal up again here. And I gotta remember, my sword is in slot 2, not 1. I'm so used to my sword being in slot 1. But yeah, it looks like we're actually doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and use our Wand of Mending again here. And I'm running out of mana, or I'm running out of vitality. And I think this guy got the last hit, but it was at like, what, 200,000. We clearly weren't going to die. So that is that. It looks like, at least for early on, we are definitely stronger. Bosses are definitely a decent bit easier for us to take out, which, you know, that's not a bad thing at all. So let's go ahead and claim that. Looks like we are now Spider Slayer level 4, which is pretty exciting because that gives us access to Terra armor and stuff, which, you know, maybe some of this gear will be useful to us. But yeah, there's, what's the next layer? Have we done a tier 4 Sven yet? Maybe we could try that. We have not beaten a tier 4 Sven. Alright, well, let's go give that a shot. Whoa, Sven Alpha does a lot of damage. Okay, good to know. Gotta keep this guy away from us. But alright, let's go ahead and see how a tier 4 Sven does. I'm expecting to lose to this boss, to be honest, but you know what? We'll have to go ahead and find out here. I forgot. Does this guy have to attack us, or is it the same thing where it's like if you stand still, then he crits you out? Whoa, he does a lot of damage. Okay. Alright, so now we're on to the pups. The pups are out here. I don't know if I need to care about the pups or not. I'm just gonna kind of attack everything at once here. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I don't think it's that loud, but yeah. We gotta keep this guy in the water. I would prefer if he stays in the water. He's a lot easier to fight if he's in the water. Looks like all the pups are dead. Let's go ahead and pop our wands just to be safe. And tier 4 Sven was easy. Look at that. Maybe it's all the health we've gotten from garden and all of the defense we've gotten from mining, but that was relatively easy for tier 4s. I would feel like we could do those comfortably. I think Spider was probably the scariest one, but even then, it really isn't that bad. So that's awesome. It looks like early game Slayers are definitely more early game friendly to say, but of course, Enderman Slayer is a whole different story. Let me see if there's any other kind of like early thing I want here. I mean, obviously we could go for Zombie 5 to get a better wand, but that's a little bit of work. Terra 5 is a ways out, and that doesn't give us anything useful, so this might be what we use to start out with here. So yeah, I guess I'll come back with more of a plan on how I want to progress today, and we'll see. I have a huge brain plan that might save us later. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a revived heart right now off the auction house, because I just have a feeling this thing is gonna be really, really good. However, I did just realize that I maybe shouldn't have bought this because it doesn't do what I thought it did. I thought this item gave double vitality, but it seems like it's only plus 50. Let's go ahead and double check that. I don't even get plus 50. Okay, I'm regenerating 5 at a time. What? This thing does nothing! Is it because it's dungeonized? It can't be because it's dungeonized. Oh wait, duh, it's because it requires Zombie Slayer 6. Never mind, this is fine. I'm just gonna hang on to this thing. because it might be really good later, and I don't know, I don't want to pay 40 mil for it if it ends up being really good and people like this item. But we'll test it later on in the video once I get Zombie 6, and see if it's actually worth using or not. But I think I have an idea of what I want to do now. I think I want to do, I want to try to unlock Auto Slayer, obviously, because opening up this Maddox Bat Phone takes way too long. So, to do that, we need to get, what is it? We need to get level 6 in the first 3 Slayers, I think. So, I think it's time we shell out for a pretty good set of gear here, and start grinding level 6 in these Slayers. We're bringing back an old school set here, Frozen Blaze Armor. I've heard that this might still be pretty dang good early on, so we're gonna try it out here. Looks like it starts at 3 mil and it quickly goes up in price from there. So let's see if there's any, like, good sets I can already get here. Is Ancient even, like, good right now? I mean, 5 mil. You know what, I should probably take this. We'll take this. I think Ancient's still a good Reforge regardless. Although we definitely are gonna want some attack speed, I just realized. So maybe we'll get some clean pieces on the other set. On the other ones? Yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna have to buy a clean set here and put everything on myself because no one's selling Frozen Blaze Armor with actually upgraded stuff. Oh, there's this one. It's lowest bin, we may as well take it, alright. So that leaves us with 51 million coins to get ourselves a very nice Blaze pet. So let's see here, I want to get like at least a level 80, you know? Here's a level 80 for 26 mil, or we could pay 40 mil for a level 100. I think we should probably just get the level 80. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and buy this one. Yep, there we go. And I think I'm probably going to want a Tiger Crochet Plus plushie on this thing. So we'll go ahead and do that and say goodbye to our T-Rex. Maybe I'll sell him for more coins, maybe I won't, we'll see. I'll decide that later. Let's go ahead and add a crochet plushie onto our Blaze pet like that. And I don't really need these anymore, so we'll just go ahead and put those away. Let's go ahead and take our strong dragon armor off and throw on some Frozen Blaze. Alright, does this pet need anything else? I don't think so. So now let's go ahead and fix these reforges. I'm gonna put Pure on these 2 pieces because I'm curious if the Blaze pet actually buffs the stats of reforges or not. I don't have the answer to that. So let's go ahead and find out together. Here's Pure, so we'll go ahead and take Pure. That's not Pure. Why did the chat message say it was Pure? Oh, it was Pure, and then I reforged it off of Pure. Alright, we're just gonna click like this because it's easier to see. Okay, here's Pure. So, oh, it does! Hold on. Maybe Pure is gonna be better than Fierce in this case. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be better. So let's go ahead and get full Pure on our armor. We'll leave Ancient because Ancient is a very, very nice Reforge. Lot of strength stats in that thing. But let's see what our attack speed is right now. It looks like it is going to be 40%. That's not great. I would like more than that. Maybe we could get some via equipment because I don't have... How do I take my equipment off now? How do I take this off? Oh, like this. That would make sense. I will learn how to use equipment loadouts later. I don't know how they work right now. What I do know is I need this Ender equipment because that's my only combat set. Here's equipment. Here's equipment sets. We can go ahead and do that. We can throw blended on these. That'll get us up to, what, 43, 44, which I think 44 is an attack speed threshold. If it's not, I'll use tunings to get myself there. But let's go ahead and fix our tunings now. What is our strength and crit damage ratio? Wait, our crit chance is horrible. It's only 73. Did my God Pot run out? Oh, probably because I don't have a correct Reforge selected here. So we're gonna have to use... Oh, we're gonna have to use one that actually gives crit chance. Because if I just choose this, it's not gonna give us any crit chance. Why is my crit chance so bad? I'm trying to see if there's an attribute for crit chance or something. I don't know. It's kind of too hard to see. Wait, I can't wear the Frozen Blaze armor. Oh my God, there's probably 50 people screaming at me for this. You need combat 22 to use Frozen Blaze armor. Okay, we're almost there. But, whoops. Okay. I guess we're going back to the strong dragon armor to start, Zombie Slayer, and then I will switch to the Frozen Blaze once I'm combat 22. That's funny. Yeah, we can use this set. No wonder my crit chance was so bad. Alright, let's go ahead and get to work on Zombie Slayer. Let's get combat 22, and then come back and make this Frozen Blaze armor proper. Between clips, I'll probably put in chance and all the basic stuff that you need on this armor. And yeah, I'll see you guys when either something interesting happens or I'm combat 22. Can't believe I just did that after 10,000 hours of this game. Picked up a legendary ghoul pet level 96 for, what was it, about 20 million coins? Yeah, which is actually a pretty decent deal, because if I go here, I bought it for what, 20 million coins, which was right here. It was right before the level 100 epic. The next level 100 legendary is actually 31 mil, which is kind of crazy. So maybe that was a good find. But yeah, the main reason I bought it, of course, is because the ghoul pet gives you more combat XP against zombies, so this will be faster. And actually, something I should get is I should go pick up a auto pet rules package. Wherever they are. How much are these things again? Oh, they're 21,000. Okay, well, we're going to need, yeah, 6,000 more bits to get those. So we can't use auto pets quite yet, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and just rock the ghoul pet just straight up the entire time, probably until I'm combat 22. Then maybe by that time we'll have enough bits, or whenever I get enough bits, then I'll make an auto pet rule for swapping between Blaze and Ghoul based on whether the boss is alive or I'm spawning the boss. But this should make this go a lot quicker. Wait, since when was Shellwise this cheap? I always thought it was like 20 million coins. Well, let's go ahead and max out Shellwise and get that 100% knockback immunity. I really should have done that a long time ago. That's gonna make these Slayers a lot easier, yeah. Look at this, now I can just sit in this corner like this and, I wonder if I can take this guy out before he, crit strikes me. No, I will definitely not be able to. That's fine. There we go. And he's been dunked. Foul flesh, we'll take it. Hey, combat 21. One more level to go. No idea how long this is gonna take. 400,000 XP is a decent amount of XP to get, so it'll be a while. But we have to get Rev 6 anyway, so it's fine. And that should be Rev Slayer level 5 if we give Maddox a call here, which is exciting. Only one more level to go until we have Rev 6. Yes, there we go. Let's go ahead and claim our leveling rewards. We actually got level 4 and 5. I didn't even notice we had level 4. Yeah. No upgrades for us. I guess we have the Devouring recipe, don't we here? Where is it? This, there we go. And then this. Yeah, so Rev 6 gets us the next wand, and we need 15,000 XP to get it. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult, so we'll keep at it. And last zombie of the day right here. This will put us to zombie 6, which is all we really care about right now. I will come back and get zombie 7 and the other levels, of course, eventually, but for at least the time being, this is all I care enough about Zombie Slayer to do. Unfortunately, we are not combat 22 still, which is a little surprising, but you know what that is, what it is. So here we go. We can upgrade our wand here to the Wand of Restoration, which I should absolutely do, and we can actually equip our Revived Heart now. So if I throw this on, we should go up to 168 Vitality, which is nice. I have no idea if this helmet is, like, better or not, but having more Vitality does seem like it will help. It looks like I do need to reforge this thing to pure, though, before I can use it, so, let's go ahead and do that really fast. There we go. Get rid of all this stuff in my inventory I don't care about. And while we're here, let's just go ahead and refill our quiver for arrows, because now it is time for Tarantula Slayer. And actually, I should probably sell this ghoul pet. It's not gonna help us at all anymore. So let's double check the auction house. Can I sell this for what I paid for? Where is it? Legendary ghoul. I can. I'll just undercut this one. 20.8 mil. Let's go ahead and list it for that. And there we go. I guess I have to wait for that to sell, and then I'll buy, what, a Tarantula pet next, and we'll use that for Terra Slayer. Alright, let's see how our gear does against Terra Slayer. I might as well go for Terra Slayer 6 now. I don't remember how close we were to it. It's actually been like a day or two since I've played, since I was having a hard time recording for some reason. I don't know, just OBS was just deciding to lag literally everything I recorded for some reason. It was really weird. So I did some things to try and fix that up here, and I don't know, I guess let me know how it looks if things are smooth or not. I don't know, I probably messed something up, who knows, but I'm not gonna be too worried about that right now. What I am worried about is getting combat 22 so we can finally use our blaze armor. Okay, I swear this boss keeps healing for some reason. I don't know why. It's like every time I look away from it, it's back at full health. Apparently they nerfed Terra Slayer since the update dropped. So it's probably a little bit easier than it was at the start of the video? I'm not really too sure, but I saw in the patch notes somewhere that they did end up nerfing the bat's damage, I think it was, so yeah, you can kind of see that I don't even need to have the wand up anymore, and I can still do this boss totally fine. But yeah, I like how your health bar doesn't... What did I just drop? Toxic arrow poison, okay. I was wondering what that was. I'm like, I haven't seen that texture before. It must be a new item. No, of course not. It's just toxic arrow poison. That's fine. Alright, but yeah, I am going to see where we're at in terms of Terra Slayer. I only want to do the Slayer as little as I have to, because I don't like it. This is one of my least favorite Slayers, so let's go ahead and just lock in, get Terra Slayer 6 real quick. Alright, and with that one we should be Spider Slayer level 5. We can go ahead and claim this. This is definitely my least favorite of the first 3 Slayers, but you know what? it is what it is. We can claim that 2 crit damage and 1 Terra minion, and I think our next level is probably another, like, what, 15,000 XP away? Let's go ahead and see here. It is, where does it say? I don't see it. Yeah, 15,000 XP, so 30 bosses, that's not too terribly much. Let's get to it. Here we are at our last Tarantula boss, and we are finally combat 22, so I can put on my Frozen Blaze armor, and it does seem to do a little bit more damage, but our damage is just really not great. I don't even know if I want to do Sven, like, right now, just because our damage is so low. I feel like I might want to invest in some more magical power, or just some stuff in general that might let us deal a little bit more damage, just to get through the bosses quicker, because, yeah, if Sven takes longer than this, that would kind of suck. So we'll see. Let me go ahead and make sure I heal up here so I don't die. And let's get rid of these last couple eggs here. I still don't like this phase. I don't think it should have been added, but whatever. Let's go ahead, get this boss done here. Come on, and there we go. All right, let's go ahead and give Maddox a ring on the good old Abby phone and claim ourselves Spider Slayer 6. Flycatcher, Spider Artifact, and the Scorpion Foil with some 2 crit damage and a whole Skyblock level. But more importantly, we are now 2/3 of the way to unlocking Auto Slayer, and finally not having to use the stupid Bat phone and Abby phone, whatever thing, to start quests. So before we do some Sven, let me look into what kind of gear upgrades I can make, because I really need to do more damage than what I deal right now. Alright, so we've gotten updated books on our gear and our Frozen Blaze here, and I've been starting to do Sven Slayer. The problem is, I feel like I'm taking a lot of damage when fighting this boss, unless I go ahead and do the strat where you're, like, inside the lake, but I've had a hard time killing this boss outside of the lake for some reason, which is interesting considering how easy the other Slayers have been. This one seems to just be properly destroying me, but yeah. If I do this strat where we're in the lake here, it's obviously not too big of an issue. So I guess we're gonna have to stick to that, but yeah, this is probably definitely intended to be done with Mastiff armor here. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind when we're doing this, but the Frozen Blaze armor is very nice because it's a lot easier to just run up to a wolf and let the Blaze armor aura kill the wolf rather than trying to aim at the tiny hitboxes the wolves have. Like that one I didn't kill, I could just kind of run up here, and by the time I'm up here, they're all pretty much already dead, which is great. Of course, stuff to attack mini bosses and stuff like that. But yeah, we're already wolf level 5. This is definitely gonna be the slowest of the 3 Slayers, which is why it's, you know, I saved it for the end. Here, I'll fight one of the Sven bosses outside the lake so you can kind of see what this looks like here. But yeah, I don't know, we're taking a lot of damage from this guy, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad to get Sven 6. Yeah, look at this, see? He's absolutely destroying me right now, and that's not okay. So I don't know what's going on with that. We gotta make sure our wand is staying up. Luckily, once we get into this phase, it becomes a little bit easier to not get attacked by him and take the melee strikes. But there we go. Yeah, so this won't be too bad. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with the Sven 6 here. Alright, final Sven boss, and actually, we'll do this one together, but we just got word that the Foraging Update V2, the second Foraging Island, is releasing next week, which is very, very exciting. I think the Tuesday or Wednesday, depending where you are in the world, of next week is when the update will come out. There's like a scheduled maintenance and stuff for Skyblock, which is very, very awesome, and apparently the server's very laggy right now, probably because everyone's logging in at the same time to, I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish this up. There we go. Sven level 6 finally is done, which means at long last, we will have access to Auto Slayer wherever it is. Auto Slayer enable. There we go. Let's go ahead and claim our Sven level 6. We get access to the pack armor and stuff. Did they change anything in this? Probably not, no. The Pooch Sword, of course, which got, I think the Pooch Sword and Mastiff armor combo got nerfed for damage. So, oh, interesting. This deals 20 damage per Wolf Slayer level now. How interesting. Very, very cool. But yeah, I think this combo got nerfed, so I'm probably not going to use it. But yeah, we finally have Auto Slayer, which was like our main goal today. So I'm very, very excited to have that done. Oh, hey, for doing the safety squad test, we not only get a safety badge here, but we get a free booster cookie. Sweet, I'll hold on to this for when my next cookie runs out. That's awesome. And I can't put it in there, so I guess it's a permanent part of my inventory for the next day. But yeah, we got the safety badge here, so that's going in our accessory bag along with the other stuff, and I think it's probably time we buy some more accessories here. to upper magical power before we start doing Enderman Slayer, because Enderman Slayer is not gonna be easy like the other 3 Slayers we did today. So maybe I'll just speed up some footage of me buying some accessories and stuff. Let's just do that. And there we go. That's all of the magical power we can afford. We are at 371. I want to try to probably get to 400 before doing Enderman Slayer. That's probably a good goal to get, as well as maybe some other generic upgrades. I'm not really too sure, but one thing's for sure, we're out of coins. Actually, we're not totally out of coins, because I can resell this hound pet, so I'll do that in my own time, because those pets usually take a day or 2 to sell. Oh, but I guess I'm gonna need a mythic E-man, aren't I, for the combat XP? That's gonna be expensive. Yeah, it might be time we need some more coins. Alright, after getting the auto recombobulator, I am at 399 magical power, literally just one off our goal. So what I think I want to do is actually go ahead and go to the iron collection. And if you notice here, there is the personal deleter item. And this thing is actually only able to be obtained via crafting it yourself. You can't trade it with anyone, you can't buy it off the auction house. So I think we're just going to go ahead and make, I guess, the personal deleter 4,000 for now. Maybe the 5,000, depending if I get the collection in time. But for that, I need to throw on my Devon armor and stuff, get my mining equipment set up here. And I guess we're going to go mine some iron for some reason. Alright, here we are, and I made a mining loadout right here. You can see I used loadout slot 3 for mining. Looks pretty good. Definitely am liking these loadout things. Very, very useful. But yeah. The place where I think people mine iron nowadays, if they're not doing it in the Crystal Hollows, that is somewhere around here. I think, is this iron or is this coal? This is iron, okay, yeah. So I guess it's just going to be these couple veins here. I'm just going to go ahead and mine them, see how long this takes to get the iron we need for the... Whoa, looks like I need to throw iron in my personal compactor, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Where's my personal compactor? There it is. We have 2 more slots, so... we can use 1 slot for iron here. There we go. And do I have one for redstone? Do I have redstone in here? I don't even think I have redstone in here. Let's go ahead and add redstone to our personal compactor too, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need enchanted redstone as well for this recipe. Let's double check one more time. And yes, okay, we need redstone. We need a lava bucket. I can buy the lava bucket. I guess I can buy the redstone stuff. I could really buy the stuff for this, but we need to get the collection up anyways, and I'm going to try to get the personal deleter 5,000. So let's go ahead and just mine until I have the collection unlocked for this thing. And there we go. I actually ended up going for the personal deleter 6,000, which is halfway to the 7,000. Figure this is a decent stopping point for now. So let's go ahead and craft this thing. So we need an enchanted lava bucket and an enchanted redstone block. Just like that, and then we should be able to quick craft the personal deleter 4,000 like this, and then I think I could just immediately upgrade it to the personal deleter 5,000, maybe? Yeah, we definitely can, just like that, and that's probably going to be 7 stacks of redstone, or iron, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we need about 100. So let's go ahead and buy 100 enchanted iron ingots, there we go, and then we should be able to craft it just like this, something like that. Oh, that's the wrong personal item. There we go. Personal deleter 6,000, just like that. Let's go ahead and throw that in our accessory bag along with our personal compactor. And that should raise our magical power to 406. We are now over magical power 400. And unfortunately, that means it's probably time to start Enderman Slayer. Not looking forward to that. Well, we should probably save Enderman Slayer for the next one. So that's gonna be it for this episode of the Hypixel Skyblock Nolan Profile. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and double check you're subscribed. A lot of people forget to do that these days, so if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you ever buy any ranks, gems, fire sales, or anything off the Hypixel store, use code TOAD at checkout for 5% off literally everything. It is the best way to support the channel and the series. But that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.